Greetings everyone, and welcome to my new series, where I give short recaps of chapters within the Witcher books by Andrzej Sapkowski, so you can catch up or rehash, whatever you want. I'm your delicious and mythical host, GriffinMuffin. Today we're going through the first full chapter within the Last Wish novel, entitled The Witcher. Hope you enjoy it. The story begins by Geralt arriving at a tavern. One thing leads to another, and he gets into a fight with the local patrons to attract the town guard to lead him to the Castellan regarding a contract for a professional monster slayer. When he meets the Castellan, he asks about the contract for a Striga. The Castellan urges him to disregard it, but Geralt persists. The monster was in fact King Foltest's daughter, born of incest with the king's sister, Ada. The Striga has been alive for 14 years, terrorizing the kingdom for 7 of those years. Other witches and sorcerers have come before, failing in becoming a meal for the monster or hung by Foltest for their disappointment. Geralt asks if he could break the spell instead of killing the Striga. The Castellan, Velarad, says it's possible according to some mages. It is said that to break the curse, one must spend the night with the Striga, and it must hear the crowing of a rooster 3 times in the morning. Geralt is told of a survivor from the first attack by the Striga. He only sees the scars to infer how dangerous this contract will be. King Foltest allows Geralt to take up the contract, in spite of disagreement from his king's advisors, Ostrit and Lord Sigelen. Foltest visits Geralt at his post in the guardhouse near the crypt where the Striga sleeps, to warn Geralt not to kill the Striga, otherwise he would hang him. Later that evening, Geralt prepares for the task, laying out his potions on a table and drawing his silver sword. He whispers some incantations as he drinks the vials. Geralt hears the approach of someone with his newly gained keen hearing and rushes to meet them, to see that it's Ostrit, one of the king's own advisors. He attempts to bribe Geralt, unsuccessfully. Geralt really doesn't care about Ostrit's motivations, he just wants to get the job done. Ostrit can allow this and attempts to stop Geralt. The Witcher effortlessly knocks him unconscious. Geralt ties Ostrit up like bait for the Striga. Ostrit admits that he loved Ada, King Foltest's sister, and that he was involved with casting the spell that turned Foltest's child of incest into a Striga, although it's inferred he didn't know how he did it, he simply wished it. The Striga awakens. Geralt releases Ostrit and he runs away. The Striga catches up to him and slaughters him, tearing him limb from limb. Geralt stalks the Striga, waiting for it to finish its meal, but then it turns and stares at the Witcher. They circle one another until the Striga roars and attacks. Geralt gets some strikes in with a spiked gauntlet. The sign of Ard launches the monster into abandoned structures. He managed to latch a silver chain around the beast and singe its flesh, while the Striga slashed across his leather jerkin. They danced around one another again and again until the Striga became unnerved and fled. It is said that Geralt was becoming psychically one with his opponent, allowing those human emotions of Foltest's daughter to surface and surmount the blind fury of the Striga. The connection was 2 ways. As the Witcher felt the monster's rage, the monster started to remember fear. Geralt felt the evil will of the Striga and continued toward the crypt entrance. He entered the crypt and drank a sleeping draught. He hopped into Ada's sarcophagus, cast the sign of Yrden on the slab, placed his sword and an hourglass on his chest, and waited for the morning. It had seemed the spell was broken. He had heard the crowing of the rooster. He found the sleeping body of a 14-year-old girl with flaxen red hair. Upon inspection, she seemed normal, until she slashed him with talons. The child still had the psyche of a beast. She gnashed and snarled as they wrestled, the Witcher losing liters of blood, until he bit her on the neck, and it whimpered like a girl. He couldn't stop the blood loss, and eventually fainted. Geralt awakens the Velarad tending his neck wound. He is too weak to talk, but wants to know if the spell was broken. which Velerad confirms. The princess acted like a newborn for 2 days while Geralt was out cold. Velerad asks why he bit her. Alas, Geralt passes out. The contract was complete. Thanks for watching my first video in this series. It was really fun to make this video. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that lovely stuff down below. I just wanted to say thank you to all the people who watched my opinion video on the Witcher Netflix TV series. I really appreciate the comments, and it really made me want to keep doing YouTube stuff. It's really flattering. Also, thank you to all the people who subscribed. Although they aren't much, it means a lot to me. The sketches in this video were done by Coty Polk. I left a link to their art station in the description. Go check them out. It's great to be back after the break. I have a month-old son now, started part-time work. I moved suburb, so that kept me plenty busy across the 2 months since my last video. But I hope to keep making videos regularly now since everything's a lot more settled. See you later.